All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are live on day 3 of my journey in live coding. So today is going to be more of a bit of a brainstorming session, just kind of trying to figure stuff out with Unreal and Blender more specifically. I got a few thought process for a game that's going on right now in my head. I kind of want to build out, but I know I got to do a lot of planning out before I even try that. So I do need to make sure some things work on Blender and Unreal, which I'll get into in a bit. Other than that, probably going to get some UI changes done on my ToolTabs app. Show you guys real quick here. This UI change I need to make. I don't like the way this looks. You can see there's another version that Claude actually did with the, I think it was Sonnet, and it made this one. This one looks a lot better. The only thing is I don't like the vertical split. I'd rather have a horizontal split, but I like how this follows the design language of my app. This one does not. And that's one thing with GPT that I noticed. The UI graphical changes, you really have to be specific about it if you want it to look a certain way. I can tell you right now, I probably forgot to tell it to follow the design language. It does not do that automatically. So another feature I added is right here in the system tray. So I finally added it to the system tray. I do have to change the icon there and this notification center. It's a little bit glitchy right now. I just added it in last night. So we'll probably make some changes with that there as well. Right now I have an MCP running, or sorry, Blender running with the new MCP. So we're going to do some work in here, just try to figure things out and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's get this screen going here and let's see here. Maybe what we'll do is get some background music going this time. I know a lot of people were telling me last time maybe put some music on in the background, and let's see here. Let's see, what do we have here? The hell is this? Nope. No, that's not. Oh, yeah, I think that'll do it, right? We'll put the volume a little bit low. Let's see how this sounds for you guys. I want to make sure I don't mess anything up for you guys. Make sure you guys have a good experience. I think my audio's gonna cut out here just for a second though. Okay, is my audio back? It is. I'm gonna get it going a little bit louder. Let me try here. Uh, back. Now it's up. Yeah, okay. Now my audio's back. Okay, let's test that volume now. See how it is. Okay, I think we are ready to go here. Let's see, how do I make this into the, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, that's good to go. And okay, let's get this party on the road now. First things first. So I got this new Warp app. I don't know. I've been seeing how a lot of vibe coders like to use these type of cascade style window organizer. I don't know what the hell you call it, but anyway. Um, so I thought I'd give it a try. But things I find myself only using like one or two agents at a time. But regardless, we'll give it a try. So let's see here. I'm gonna want to have. I think to be honest, 4 would be fine for me right now. Yeah, we'll just do 4. We don't need to look that cool. Let's see here. So I'm gonna open up two projects. And let's see here. Have it under. I have an Unreal project somewhere here, unless I. Don't tell me I put it here. I did. Okay. So that's gonna be Unreal. No, you know what? I'm just gonna create a new project for now. A new project folder. Some projects here. I'll just go. Install Blender for now. Okay, so go to Blender, and we'll go over here. And here we're in the project. We'll go to projects and go to tabs. ToolTab. Sorry. Okay. And we're going to start up Codex. Workspace, right? And we're going to do danger mode. Like danger mode. So the Codex. Start that. Let's start that. Let's start that. Let's start that. Windows Codex and DaVinci. Why is the MCP being interrupted? Unless they're already running. Let's see. Let's see. Run a test command for the Blender MCP. I just want to make sure it's working for you. Sorry, I just saw your message now. So basically what I'm working on right now, I want to mess around with the Blender MCP because I have an idea for a game that I want to try to make on Steam. I just want to get used to the process of hosting a game, and then actually selling it just to see what the process is like. So I just installed the NPC. I ran a few quick tests here. I think I know how to get it to do what I want. And then from there, we're gonna use this tool, I guess, MCP. Let me see here. And you have so much going on, it's hard to think. But what else I'm going to be working on is my ToolTab app. Luna. No, I don't use Luna. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's the video generator. I know eventually I am going to need a workflow for video and especially image generation. Yeah, I know I'm pretty much going to have to spend money on it, but yeah, if you say Luna's good, I'll give it a shot. Do they have like a free tier that I could try out? I'll probably give it a shot. I do need something that will be decent. But yeah, basically this is my ToolTab app. Tabs are just additional tools that I can add into here. I'm basically just building this app again so I can just. Oh, sorry, you mean Luna? Oh shoot. Oh yeah, sorry, I saw that post. That they dropped the pricing for it. Um, so Luna. So I have 5.6 Luna, so I guess I can use it 80% cheaper, right? And I'm assuming it's on a similar level to Soul. I haven't used Luna. I usually jump from either Mini straight to Soul. If I'm doing something simple, I go Mini. If I'm doing something that I need to make sure gets done properly, I use Soul. So I've never actually used anything else in the middle, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a try. If it is 80% cheaper, it's 80% cheaper. I'm not going to complain with that because I know Soul, it runs out my usage like real quick, man, real quick. I just want to see what is happening with these MCPs. Can't run Blender from the session yet. I don't have Blender connection over there. Sure. See, I think okay. Use the Blender MCP and just move the vehicle over by one of its own length. I just want to make sure your MPC is or the MCP is working. All right. Okay, so I think it's possible that maybe only one agent can have access to the MCP at one time. I mean, I'll give Luna a try. As long as it's good enough to do similar things to Soul, I think it'll still be worth it. Because a lot of stuff that Mini can't do, obviously, where Soul is definitely a lot better. But again, wrecks my usage. Okay, so let me just ask it straight. Can only one Codex session use an MCP at a time? Because I have a couple of Codex sessions open up in a terminal, and it cannot connect to any of the MCPs. In fact, when I started it, it said that it wasn't able to initiate any of the MCPs. So even this one here, MCP startup was interrupted. Checking local Codex stop finish. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna probably give it some extreme prompts just to see what it's capable of and how much the usage goes down. Let's see here. Let's sort of once per host app or per machine account. Okay. Okay, so let's try this. Let me just shut this down. What we'll do is I'm just gonna keep exited from most of these since I'm still trying to figure out this warp path. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be better than 5.4 mini for sure. Yeah, I'll probably give it a try right now. Let me just get my codex. YOLO mode. Yeah, again, MCP was interrupted. Let me Codex apps and DaVinci Resolve. So something's telling me that the MCP itself. I do use Claude, but I don't have like a subscription with them. But I think I am gonna get one either today or tomorrow. But I do have Claude just for the free account, just kind of mess around with it a bit. Yeah, I don't like why or how these MCPs are not starting. Let me just try to maybe just close the app and restart it. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm on the $20 a month one. So far, I've only ran out on my usage once, and yeah, I think before I get like $100 plan or something, I'm probably gonna try out the Claude. Um, yeah, just a $20 a month. I'm not on the API credits yet. I was gonna add some credits in when I ran out, but I ended up using anti-gravity to finish up a project. Let's try running Codex normally. See, okay, I think the MCP is actually started now. So this is in the Blender folder. Oh, you know what? Okay, let me just try this. Press the Blender MCP connection, see if you can identify some of the items in lines. Yeah, if I kept mine on Soul, I probably would, but admittedly, lately I haven't been doing too much like heavy duty work on it. But sure. Okay, so it is able to. Okay, so let's just test it real quick. Model me a keyboard and put in let's see. And let's see if we can do it. Yeah, when my honestly Fable and Opus, like obviously I prefer Fable 100%. Admittedly though, I haven't had too much experience with Opus. I just tried it a few times and I realized that Fable seems like it's better, so I just kind of stuck with it. So I didn't really give Opus too much of a shot, but I mean, it is pretty good. If you want to save on usage, I think it's probably better maybe to switch to Opus. I think once I get an actual subscription, that's probably what I'm gonna do, and just use Fable for um, just regular keyboard keyboard headphones are disabled. To add a keyboard model and oh the yeah import a keyboard basing. Can you just model up uh the keyboard for me? Hey, by the way, when I'm saying my prompt, because I'm using Whisper Flow, can you guys still hear it? No, Gemini models I don't use. Actually, the only time I use Gemini models, you want to know when I use Gemini? When I have some like stupid question I need to ask AI, I just do it in here as a free account. So that's if I just don't want to touch anything or I'm in a browser. I use them when I just want to bleed them for whatever information I can. Okay, so I think it is generating now, but this Hunyan and Sketchfab basically gives it access to those repositories or databases to actually. Okay, what did you do anything? Where is it? What I could keyboard mesh, make it look more realistic. Um, I can't see it. Are you sure you imported it? Uh, maybe hide all the other items and only show the keyboard you just modeled. But yeah, when I'm using Whisper Flow, can you hear me say my prompt? Like for example, I'm gonna say something right now. Like, can you hear this? What I'm saying right now? Just tell me in the chat. Write 1, 2, 3 if you're able to hear this. Okay, perfect. Is that the keyboard that it modeled for me? I swear that looks so similar to the other one. That's why I'm kind of skeptical about it. Let me see. Simple House Blaster. His laptop. That's the one. How do I unhide it? Damn it. Visibility, isolate, show all inside. Can you unhide the laptop item that was, or unhide everything? Unhide everything. See, I like how Whisper Flow doesn't repeat what I said twice, even though I said it twice. Oh hell yeah, I play a lot of games, man. Shoot. I mean, this isn't even the half of it. Yeah, that's not it. Actually, I haven't updated my shortcuts in a long time, but oh hell yeah, game man. Everything is unhidden again. Let's see here. Okay, so okay, I honestly think it just took the keyboard from this laptop model and like moved it here. So here, I'm gonna help it. I mean, I know it works at least, so that's good. You know what I want to do though? I want to, let's open up another one here. And this time we'll just open up a proper Codex screen. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of Battlefield 6 right now. See, MCP was interrupted here again, so okay. I'm gonna exit here, and then we'll go back in. MCP was interrupted. So I gotta figure that out, man. But you know what? I've been doing too much of that this stream. I'm just gonna restart it, open it up, and then let's see here. So that's done. Open another one. Your favorite level? Would you use it? I mean, it all depends. When it comes out, if it's for a decent price, then yeah, I definitely will. But I don't know. I don't know if I would use it. Like, I would still want to use either Codex or Claude because their software itself, I think, is a lot better. Which is why I'm trying Warp right now. Because if Warp or something like this, other than like the Codec app, if it works for me well, then at least all the plugins and MCPs that automatically go in. I kind of like how all that is already kind of built into it. But I know it's not really necessary. I know you can still get the same functionality out of it if you just use it like this, right? Except I find VS Code for some reason does some things that are different. Um, like when I'm testing my app, for example, um, I find that if it wants to test something in my app, it'll launch the app, take screenshots or whatever, and then figure out what the issue is. But um, when I do it in Codex, it doesn't do that. Maybe if I enable computer use, but yeah. The MCP work. MCPs have started. Okay, good, 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 good. Let's try another one. But this time it's going to Z projects, and start. Hopefully the MCP will work in here. And no, MCP is interrupted. I don't like that. So I'm trying to use Codex in the Warp app, and when I open up a second terminal screen and start up Codex, it says that the MCP startup is interrupted. How can I fix that? I want to be able to run multiple terminal windows, but still have access to the MCPs. Oh, so I wonder if the MCP is running, wouldn't it be able to contact with it anyway? Like, okay, so um, use the Blender MCP and model me a Rubik's Cube. I just want to make sure this actually skill descriptions. What skill is it using? Blender MCP tool schema Blender. What? Why is it doing all this? No, 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 no. Use my Blender MCP, connect to Blender, and model me a Rubik's Cube. Why is it doing this? It's like acting stupid. Yeah, okay, so yeah, now it looks like it's working good. And where did my Blender go? And there we go. Rubik's Cube. Beautiful. So that works. Now let's try this. Use Blender MCP, connect to it, and model me a generic smartphone. Okay, and so that one is done. So I want to test something here. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Oh, good. I was just testing that my app here, the clipboard, when it pops up, it doesn't take focus away from your screen. But I still need the local connector toolchain, and it's missing noun in your prompt. I can connect to Blender. I need the missing noun. What should I model? Oh, scene already has, or you see I'm adding the phone. Okay. So I think it's working. So I guess if the MCP is running, what is my dream? Ooh, buddy, I haven't streamed for that long ever. You got 10 hours? Holy shit. Um, Honestly, man, my main thing is I want to start a business. I want to run, my own corporation in a sense, but it's not even that I want to run it. I just want to be a part of it. I'm not looking to be filthy rich. I just want to have a decent job where I do something meaningful and just make enough to live, man. I'm not looking to, like, look at the title of this video. It's to buy someone else a Lambo. I don't need a Lambo, man. I'm happy with my freaking Ford Taurus. But, you know, it's for another day. But hell, if somebody offers me a Lambo, I'm not going to say no. Don't get me wrong. Let's see here. So I think it's done. Why isn't my taskbar coming up? I hate when that happens in Windows and it decides not to print it. Okay. All right. So it looks like the MCPs do work. I wonder if it will work from here. And while that's coming up, um, don't need that. Don't need that. Test the Blender MCP connection and just move the Rubik's Cube move it some distance away, one length of its own length, however the fuck you want to call it. Anyway, I mean, I really do want to make games. That's one thing I always wanted to do, was to make games. But the issue with me is I'm a very logical type of person. I can build stuff. I can use my skills to do things. But when it comes to creative stuff, you ask me to think of a good idea for a game. That I can't do. I don't know why. Like, I'm not a very good drawer. But if you ask me to do a task, no problem, right? It's a little bit different when you come to creative tasks. That I, for some reason, cannot do. Oh, okay, look at that. Okay, so it is working. I tried to move this. It didn't do a very good job. So that means the MCPs are working, they're running in the background, so I don't have to worry about that now. So let me close this down. Now we got the MCP working, right? So now I want to try to enable its access to Sketchfab. Um, yeah, I did use Kimi 3 a little bit. There's actually this website link that I found. Oh no, that is for DeepSeek though. Yeah, it's for DeepSeek. Oh, I took it down. Ah, I didn't. This guy was offering this website for DeepSeek. You can use it full for free for 3 hours on DeepSeek. But yeah, Kimi 3 I did try. I actually downloaded a model. Got it on my PC. It wasn't working too well. It was way too slow, but I did try a cloud model. It was fairly decent. Wasn't too bad. But again, like, I didn't really use it at any length to actually make an app, so I don't know its exact capabilities and whatnot. Admittedly. Um, okay, so how do I give this access to database. How can can you check to see if Sketchfab and yeah, check if Sketchfab is available through the Blender MCP. If you can import models from Sketchfab to my MCP, to Blender MCP. God damn it. My MCP. My Blender MCP. Can you check to see if Sketchfab is available through Blender MCP? See what I'm talking about. I only have 6 gigs, man. It's a laptop. It's an RTX 3060, so it's pretty decent, but it's the mobile version, so it's lower wattage and only six gigs of VRAM. But I have it's an AMD 5800 with 32 gigs of RAM, so it's pretty decent on the smaller models. Like the Quencoder models, for example, I can actually run those fairly decently. But I mean, to be honest, even like the free versions like ChatGPT and Gemini, I can utilize that a lot further than any local model that I could ever use, just by switching accounts and whatnot. It's a lot faster. But I do plan on getting another PC soon. But one of my expenses that's coming up is a PS5 because I'm not going to miss GTA 5 for another, or GTA 6 for another year just to play it on PC. So I'm definitely going to get a PS5. But I also need a new PC and not a cheap one either. So those are too expensive. Like 2026 is it's going to end very expensive. Integration currently disabled needs to be enabled in your MCP panel. Oh, you also need a Sketchfab API. I wonder if that's free. Is that free to get an API for Sketchfab? A sketch file. Damn it. See, I like how AI just fixed that even though it's a sketch file. Have I ever thought of it? Not really, only because one, I don't know exactly what's involved in making it. Two, I don't know how I could train it any better than people already have. Again, that involves some creative thinking to train an AI model. What are you going to train it with, for example? You do need some creativity thinking for that, and I probably could figure something out, but that's going to be a whole area that I'm going to have to learn about, right? Which is same thing with vibe coding. Like I know a lot about how AI works. I know a lot about coding. I don't know languages specifically. I only know some older languages, but if I look at a piece of code, I know what I'm looking at, right? It's not like I'm lost when I'm looking at a piece of code. I can figure out what it's doing and whatnot. But when I see vibe coding, I already know what I can do with it, what it's capable of. What I'm doing now, it may seem useless. Like my ToolTab app, it may seem useless because for me, keeping an eye on free space is useless, but it's something that I do. Putting my PC to sleep, or sorry, turning the monitor off and locking it at the same time, which Windows doesn't have really a feature for doing that. I put that in. Useless to other people, it would make sense for you. But the only reason I'm doing this is because I want to learn the process. So I don't care if I make anything useful or useless, as long as it can do something and it does it properly and I understand how to do it. That's my main goal right now. So making apps, I kind of already got it. I have some ideas for some apps I want to make, but they're going to be much larger projects. So that obviously will go down the line. So right now, what I want to practice with this, especially, is modifying the UI. Functionality I want to practice as well. For example, this notification center. So advanced features like that is what I want to practice, right? Like this notification center it wasn't difficult, but it's proving difficult to get it to do exactly what I want. So that's basically what I'm working on right now is my skills to just utilize AI in a way that it gives me the output that I want, right? Appears to be free. Okay. So Sketchfab, and what is the other one? What other services can the Blender MC pull from? One was called Terranium. I have no idea how to spell it, but generates 3D model from texture images. Oh, from images. Okay. And Polyhaven imports HDRIs and textures. See, I wish there was something that can generate the texture for a model. That would have been really useful. And see, right, my mind goes to if that doesn't exist, maybe I can create that, right? So, Let's see.
Bust it for me, shake it for me, bust it down. Bust it for me, shake it for me, show me that. Bust it for me, shake it for me, bust it for me, shake it for me, show me that.
So okay, I would definitely want to. Let's set up Sketchfab and just see if it can import, because I think I'm definitely gonna want to use that. So let's get that going, and then I'll probably try Hunyan 3D just because I can maybe use that to generate from images, because this already does it by text. And MMO, probably not, only because I don't really play too many MMOs, at least not anymore. I used to play them a while ago. So it's not really my kind of game, and I think in order for me to make an effective game, I would have to at least understand a lot about the gameplay to make sure it goes properly. If you ask me to make an FPS, I could probably do it no problem, or at least I can plan it out, right? But an MMO, I mean, especially modern MMOs, I don't know what they're all about. I don't know what people are into these days when it comes to MMOs, so I probably won't do a very good job at making that. So let's see if these are one of those sites that just let you log in. There's a burner one for now. I should be showing that on my stream, eh? But whatever. Login account creation is only bookings. Okay. Now where can I get the API key? There you go. Password and API. Let's go. API token. Let's see here. So API token will probably go into Blender MCP. Yes, Sketchfab API key. And Hunyan 3D. Let's see if that's easy enough to get to. Hunyan 3D. See, I knew it was an AI model that's called that as well. That's what I was kind of mixing it up with. So, oh, hold on. Okay, so it's an API key to use the Hunyan model. Well, that's not going to be free. 100% is not going to be free. So let's skip that for now. Does that save? Yes, it does. Okay. So let's get rid of that. So I've entered the API key for Sketchfab. Can you see if you can just import a random vehicle model into my scene? I just want to make sure it works. Be sure to use the audio's not working. What was I gonna do? I inputted the Sketchfab API. So try to import a model of a random vehicle into my scene just to see if it works. Make sure you use a Blender MCP, please. So I think it's just the work path that is stopping my my taskbar from coming up. Yeah, it is. So if I go to work, yeah, see, it doesn't come up. I hate that shit, man. I don't know why it does that. It's the fictional vehicle. That is a collection. What is this part of? That's part of a collection. I love that one. What's this one? Why doesn't it tell me reference? Oh, I put it under. Oh, I put everything under the reference laptop. Big smartphone, and then it has fictional vehicle. I can assume it's building now. Safe have been enabled, but some spears doesn't explode actuals. First step on all the dumps. Operators and those which are important. What? Can you see what Blender MCP commands you are exposed to, and see if there's anything that relates to Sketchfab? I am homegrown Canadian. Toronto. So, my family's not from Canada. We're from, I guess, around the Middle East area. But yeah, I'm born here. Family's been here for a while. A lot of my family's here. A lot. Actually, I would say most of my family. I think there's only out of the 9 brothers and sisters my dad has, I think there's only one brother that's still back home. See, look at this. Okay, so it says right here, this MCP bridge does not expose the actual search sketchfab models commands. It's not exposed to those commands. But here it says yes, Blender tools exposed to me here. Get sketchfab status, search sketchfab model. Like why? I don't get it. So let's try again. Wire in this session. Successful. From the bridge either. Okay, you know what? Maybe I just have to restart it. I kind of want to start a new playing field anyway, so yeah, let's just restart it. Here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna switch to Luna. Why not? Well, let's see how the usage goes for that. So let's make sure it's running here. Oh, hold on. Use assets from Sketchfab, API key inserted. Okay, done. So let's disconnect again. Oh shit. Okay. And connect. So now that should be working. So let's do this. Model 5.6 Luna. And we'll go medium for now. And let's also see where my usage is at. 77. Okay. Try importing a random vehicle from Sketchfab. I just restarted it and enabled the API key. I am almost 40. Getting up there in age. Admittedly, I got into this a little bit late. Contest completed. Skill. Skills context. What skill is it in this context? See, that's scaring me, man. That's why these skills kind of like that. Man. Okay, it looks like it's working. Holy shit. Sweet. Let's see here. Perfect. So it looks like it is able to contact Sketchfab, so that's actually really good. Yeah, this would definitely be useful, man. Wonder if they have like environments, like full-on environments. Sure. Well, hold on. Let's go architecture. Let's see what they have their work. It's sweet. Okay. One thing I do want to test. Can you see if there's a texture available for that vehicle and apply the texture so I can see it? So I can see it. It. Thank you. Shit. Okay. And I might as well mention when we got time, please like and subscribe. And turn the notification bell on. I almost forgot that one. But yeah, if you want to learn about vibe coding, the process, how to get it going, this is an experience that I'm learning at the same time. So if you want to figure it out along with me, you're more than welcome. I really want to try to, like, my first goal is to make any cheap app that works, any cheap game that works. I want to do both. I want to host the app somewhere, see if it can get sold, and then the game I want to host it on Steam and just see what happens. I'm not even looking to make money with it. I just want to know the process, how to upload it to Steam, how you get the payment processors, how you do support tickets, everything, the whole deal. I want to learn it. When did I start? Honestly, it's probably been like a few months since I've had an interest in it, but I only really started going at it in the last oh nice in the last week or two. Well, maybe in the last 3 weeks, two and a half weeks. Okay, that's excellent, man. This thing can fully import models with the texture and I don't even have to do anything. That's awesome. Okay, let's see here. Architectures. Yeah, see this. Oh my God. Ooh, well, pretty imported a vehicle. Let's import a racetrack. This would be incredible if you could do this. It's on CPU. Why is my fan going nuts here? That's not that bad. Okay. Oh shit, this is huge. Jesus. Let's see what the details are here. People's not bad. Okay. It's quite low poly, but see how it works. Import this from Sketchfab into Blender using the Blender MCP. Favorite AI model so far? I mean, it would have to be GPT Soul, I guess. I mean, it's what really gets things done, right? If it was my choice, it would probably be Fable, 100% Fable. But I think GPT 5.6 is a close second, only because the usage is a lot cheaper on it compared to Fable. But even then, I usually use 5.4 mini. For most of my stuff, I only switch to Soul when I have either the initial scaffolding. If the scaffolding isn't just a simple create the files and go, then I'll use Soul. And any other debugging or really important features like the notification center on my app here, I use Soul for that 100% because I want to make sure it does that properly. And if there's anything wrong with it, I'll have it debug as well at the same time. So. I think Fable's debugged. I think they have like a separate debug mode. I mean, you can do the same thing in GPT as well, but apparently it's pretty powerful. How much spent on a month? Well, see, when I first got into it, I was just rolling through free accounts and I got pretty good at it. But it does get kind of annoying when you're trying to work on one project and you're switching accounts like 4 times. So ever since a couple weeks ago, I just signed up for the free account on Codex. I mean, the $20 a month, but you get 1 month free. So I'm pretty much still on that free month. Um, and we're probably going to get a Claude account either today or tomorrow. And then just try to use that, see how it is. And then depending on which one I like better, I'll probably end up liking Fable. But if the usage goes too quickly on that, and I think I can get more done with GPT, then I'm going to switch to like the $100 model. And then just go from there, I guess. Because right now, like my usage doesn't go out that often. But when it does, what I do is I switch to anti-gravity. And I'll show you what it's basically an app that gives you free access to a lot of models. Um, and it's very easy to just switch accounts and then start using it again. So it's just an easy way for me to use that. So this one you can see here, it gives you Gemini, Claude, and GPT, but it does run out fairly quick. But again, you switch accounts and you're back up and running. So far I only had to do that once. So now it looks like it's freezing. Let's move this. Oh yeah, it's busy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. All right. So now one part of this workflow would be essentially to import this into Unreal. Grok build downloaded? No, I don't. The hell's going on with my camera? Grok build. You know what? Maybe I mean, I've never tried it. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Okay, one thing on this workflow I want to try. I want to import this into Unreal, so let's try that. Once I know I can import this into Unreal, then we have now confirmed that I can build a model. I can texture it, or I can just import a model from Sketchfab. So that way all my assets can now be built in Blender. Now I want to be able to import that from Blender into Unreal. Once I know I can do that, then I got the workflow kind of planned out and ready to go. So let's try this out here. I do it on a new project. Yeah, I might as well. I just want to import it, see if it'll work. So let's go with vehicle. Oh shit, I should have named it, whatever. I'll delete it after. Let's use a vehicle, so I don't know if it's gonna add collisions, but at least then you can ride a race on the track. I don't know. Not my intention, but just for testing purposes. I do, yeah. Honestly, I wanted to use Unity, but it was crashing every time I tried to launch it. It was really pissing me off and I couldn't fix it. But are you suggesting I use Unity? If you know a bit about it, I'll try to install it. Maybe you can help me figure it out. So let's see here now. How come I can't see my contacts? What's the next here? So when I start a new chat with the /new, does that open up a new thread with fresh contacts? I'm assuming it does. Why are skill descriptions short to fit 2%? See, this is why I like using the Codex app, man. Okay, what was I gonna ask now? So that opens up a new, okay. How can I get you to import a model from Blender into Unreal Engine? Yeah. Godot I've tried. I have Godot. I use it for Battlefield 6, like the portal experiences, so I use Godot for that. I don't have much experience in actually building a game from the engine, but I do know how to, modify the maps for portal, for example, in Battlefield 6. Creating the model, creating running Blender, export script, checking structures, creating Python editor script, or giving exact import steps. Export Blender FBX, enable this import option, import objects, rebuild, design, verify skill, lighting. Okay. Blend file and your Unreal project folder, or tell me the paths and specify whether it's a static mesh sculptor character animated or full scene. I have the scene open in Blender right now. Are you able to get the information from there, or should I save it and export it first? Uh, I know a bit of Python. I worked with it for a bit, like a long time ago, but I'm quite familiar with it. Let's see here. GD. I'll be honest, I don't know what GD is. Maybe it's just slipping my mind. It was. I don't need to export it yet. Gradient descent. Is that what you're talking about? Gradient descent. Condition element of optimization algorithms heavily in data science machine learning. Yeah, I've never heard of GD script. This is open source Godot engine. Yeah, I can look into that. Oh, Godot script, is that basically what it is? Okay. So that's probably what Battlefield 6 uses. But I mean, I just deal with like the JSON files that it exports and upload it into the portal. So, let's see here. So export, okay. Have the scene open, save it first as a blend file, I can't really answer. Okay. So let's do that. So it says save not okay, so we'll save this in projects and render. Okay, that's the racetrack there. What happened to my sound? Oh, it's talking. Um, so that's my project right there. Okay, so that's the project. My favorite coding language. And honestly, I don't think it would be quite fair for me to say. I would have to say it's gonna be embarrassing, but I would have to say like HTML or JavaScript, just because that's the only thing that I can actually do, um, without having to constantly look up how do I do this, how do I do like actually know how to do it. When it comes to like Python, um, C plus, it's I really have to have guides and syntax guides and whatnot because I'm not too familiar with it. Python I did a long time ago, and I don't know, it was at a time in my life where my memory doesn't really clock back that far. So I wish I stuck with it more, to be honest. Python especially, because like just what you can do with Python. Um, Scene is saved. I compare the importers per flow, but in detail should this ratio come into Unreal as one complete static scene or as separate objects such as track, buildings, barriers. Single object is fine for now. I just want to import it and I want to try driving around with the vehicle that's already in the Unreal project. So can you make sure that it has collision as well? Yeah, essentially like I'm still learning. Like I really want to pick up on C plus and C sharp if I can, but C plus mainly. Only because I think in my near future, I think that's what I want to do. I want to make apps for mainly Windows, right? Maybe Mac, but mainly Windows. That's what I use, what I'm familiar with. And then maybe slowly from there, I'll try to learn something else down the line. We create separate simplified question mess, but that isn't required or isn't necessary yet. I'll need to export. Save Blender scene as FBX and configure Unreal static mesh settings. Okay. Is everything done, or should I just import it into Unreal? AI tools that can do all this stuff. Well, when you say AI tools, I mean the only real tool that you need is just a terminal, right? You just need this terminal screen. I mean, when you talked about like tools, I mean, in my mind, that can be multiple things. Like VS Code, for example, is a big tool for me when I'm making like the Windows app. Like I'm just kind of explaining my workflow. Like mainly, I just have like simple plugins like this, like Equables for stock information, Figma for generation. Have apps here, Dropbox, GitHub. The simple stuff, and then all these MCPs, Audacity, Blender, DaVinci Resolve, Discord. That's those are like the kind of tools that I have. Other than that, it's just the terminal screen. Really, that's all I personally need. I verify that both files that I export in Unreal have not been performed. You should not import it. I can give you the exact Blender export settings and version setup, or prepare an export script for you to run. Yes, prepare an export script for me. I want you to do the whole process as much as possible. So export whatever you need to export from Blender, import whatever you need into Unreal, and then change a collision setup for that if you can. And then whatever you can't do, let me know and I'll do it. And I'll do it. And I'll do it. Do I think it's worth to learn how to code? 100%. Now, the caveat is that a lot of people who would get into vibe coding, they're not able to learn coding, right? Like I feel like a lot of vibe coders do know how to code, or at least familiar with it, right? But the main problem is that if you're, or sorry, not problem, but the main thing is if you're not familiar with coding, you can still do it. Like there's still a way around it, right? Knowing how to code is such a huge advantage when it comes to debugging, when it comes to pinpointing and narrowing down exactly what you want the AI to give you. That's where a coding background will definitely help you. And it's helped me, even though I don't know much. I admittedly don't know a lot, but what I do know and the understanding that I have for it has helped me so much. I'm able to narrow down on certain things that I want to make sure that the AI does properly. I want to make sure that things that they don't do. So I think that's really important, especially in debugging. So you can actually open up the code yourself and fix something. You don't always rely on the AI to do it for you. I think that's a huge advantage. So that way, and that's pretty much like with anything. Like if you use AI just to make a website, you're probably not going to get from beginning to ship with that website unless you know some background. Unless you know some background, or you use AI so heavily that it doesn't perform exactly the way you want it, or exactly the way that it should. Where like it may not be efficient or something like that. It may not have all the features. It may not be as user friendly as it could be if you had a background in what you were making while you're using AI to make it. So, for example, like if you have a real estate background and no coding background, you can make a real estate app, right? If you have coding background and no real estate background, you can still make a real estate app. That's the advantage that AI is affording people nowadays, right? As long as you have a background in one area of the related project you want to make, it's a huge advantage. So I always tell people, if you want to make an app and you don't know anything about coding, make an app for something that you're familiar with, something that you have experience with, so you can use that to your advantage, right? For example, I do know a bit about coding. My main background would be in manufacturing or auto parts. So you would think that I would make an app for auto parts, for example. But I know the industry so well that I know that there's really no AI app that's going to help the end user who's buying the part and getting it installed on their vehicle. So the only way to make money would be to sell these AI tools or AI products to the part stores or the mechanic shops, right? In my case, I could make an app that isn't related to auto parts because I know about coding. But if I didn't know about coding, I'd probably be restricted to making an app something that I know more about. Right? Does that make sense? In this order. In Blender, open the script in workplace and export or open export racetrack. Okay, so let's see here. Open export racetrack and click my script. Object delete. Why object delete? Let's run script. I think it's done. Okay. Gather all mesh objects, duplicate, export, preserve. Will be created at. Okay, FBX is exported and we will ensure the Python editor script plugin is located. Tools execute Python script. Python script. And import. Importing. Is there anything else I need to do? I can't click run inside your open Blender from this environment. Yes, you can. You have computer use. If you really wanted to, you can. It's in a script reports collision property area. Open the import stack mesh and do nothing. Let's wait for this definition. How do I know when somebody leaves like a like on the video or something? It has to be something that tells me that, right? Likes, 1. That should do something that, you know, how many ever likes I get is how many push-ups I got to do or something. I know another vibe coder was doing that. I don't want to straight copy him, but you know. Let's see here. So let me see. Show supposed 2 years ago, but I stopped learning after a few months because it wasn't. Yeah, I could do all things without knowing else. So, in a few months. So I'm assuming you at least had some experience with it, right? Like I'm assuming if you opened up source code in C# or C++, you'd be able to recognize it. You'd be able to find your way around. Am I right? Okay, so it ran the script. We'll petition that. Okay, so border, lighting, physics, landscape. Hide that. So if I'm trying to look at this, I don't see it. Data. Yeah, we'll just take those out for now. Okay. So I ran the script in Unreal. It looks like it imported the track, but I don't see it visually on screen. Is there a name for the object when it's placed so I can enable it? Yeah, so I mean, I'm assuming within those few months, you must have learned enough to at least find your way around. So I think that's a huge advantage. So you're already way ahead of like 90% of the vibe cores that are out there, right? Like when I first started, the very first app that I installed and started using was this one. It's called Zed, and it's a pretty good IDE. I started doing a lot of like GTA 5 mission generation in this. I think I deleted them already. But yeah, they were really old. But yeah, this one was the first one that I used. It had some free stuff, like a free trial. And this is where I used Claude. So this one here, I don't know if it's going to be here or not because obviously my free trial has already run out. But with that free trial using Fable, you were able to get a lot done in here. Work on a C plus game engine. 5 months and haven't written a single line of code. 5 months. Hold on, so you're actually trying to build an engine, a Vulkan voxel game engine. So you want to build an actual game engine. I mean, that's brutal, man. I mean, if that's your first project, I would say maybe try something a little bit easier just to get your feet wet, see the process and whatnot. Right? I wouldn't jump into a large project like that because the main problem you're gonna have is something that for 5 months you're not gonna write a single code, so you're not gonna know where to start. Right? There's so many apps that I've made or that I've been trying to make. You procrastinate so much that you end up blocking yourself from being able to plan something out properly, right? An MMO, the first game engine. Like make a game engine first or make the MMO first. That's what I would do. His name racetrack located in content browser. A game wasn't visible because it had not been placed in level when the script in the place racetrack. Okay. Okay, so there's the racetrack. Oh, that's a lighting. That would have been useful. You know, that would have been very useful. Landscape. How can I get rid of this? There we go. Just have to get rid of everything. Jesus. Okay. Physical clones go. Racetrack state. Player start, process volume, runtime, tunnel go. I think that's enough, right? I gotta learn all the friggin' controls now. God damn. You tell me I gotta zoom in this whole way like this, man? Come on, there has to be something better. It has to be. Here, I'll just move myself closer. But we're definitely gonna have to scale this up here. So that vehicle is right there. So I want to scale it up. Okay. Okay, so the racetrack and the vehicle that I generated in Blender are both now imported into Unreal and visible. I now want to make the racetrack, I want to give it a collision mesh and I want to scale it up so the vehicle kind of fits on the racetrack. The racetrack is too small. I think it needs to be. It did not see, it didn't input the text, so my app saves the text. So I can bring it in here. So it needs to be about 5 times bigger. Oh, you don't have to make a game engine to make your MMO. Bro, there's game engines already. Trust me, make the MMO first so you know the process, and then go ahead and make a game engine. To make a engine, even with AI, it is intensely complicated. And even then, a project like that it'll still take you months, maybe years to complete. Well, maybe not years, but it'll take you a long time to complete. Because the game engine is so complicated. Just literally just typing out the features, every single feature in your game engine will take you months to do, right? I prepared this script. See, okay, this is one thing I don't like. I really wish it didn't just prepare scripts. Let me just test something. I open two of my apps. Two of them end up in the. Yeah, they do. Okay. All right. Let's close them. Yeah, I don't like how it's making scripts for everything. I kind of wish that it would kind of tell me, but I guess that's the whole point of automation, right? Scale and collision. Let's run the script. Overflow. Performance might be effective. Okay. I mean, 70%. Okay, so you meant shit. When you said before that you didn't write a line of code, I thought you meant you'd been like planning it for 5 months and just didn't do anything. So I'm assuming AI has written a couple codes for you already, or a couple lines of code for you already. Okay, so I mean, if you're 70% into it and actually 5 months into actually producing it, I mean, that's a different story, right? It just, I guess, depends on how far you are in the project itself. Um, let's see here. This occurs in non-nanic meshes. So it didn't, I don't think it scaled it up at all. Did not scale it up. Let me see what happens when I do this.
I wanna see you sweat, sweat in this hot box. Yeah, when the beat drops, sweat in this hot box. I wanna see you sweat, sweat in this hot box. Yeah, when the beat drops, sweat in
Okay,
this
so there's no collision there. I don't know why that is running so slow, man. It's probably because I got Blender open as well. And OBS, obviously. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, I don't think it scaled it up. I'll run the script again and see if there's a log or something from a console output that I can show you, but I don't see anything that happened when I ran the script. Mm, let me just try to run it again. They have a console in here, don't they? Window, where is it? Console variables. No, I want an actual console. Tools. Okay. Device output. Output log. Yeah, I think that's what we need. Okay. Wait, is it up or down? Why don't we go up? Okay. Anyway, I'm also training my own AI model. That's like elite level AI stuff right there. Um, 112 changes to source content. Import them. Yes. I probably didn't even see that message on there. Oh, here we go. Line 30 mesh gets was not able to identify the mesh, I think. Alright, well, just let it finish loading, I guess. It's doing something. Distilling it from Fable and Soul. I mean, how long does that take? Like, how many GPUs are you running to do that? And that's some like North Korean activity, man. Just one, eh? How long does that take? Like, or do you just kind of run it for however long you want, or is there like an actual process where it would stop itself, or does it just train for as long as you need, or like, how does that work? Because I think like distilling is basically feeding it prompts and like very specific prompts and seeing its output, right? I'm assuming that's generally how it works. Only got one like. Come on, guys. I know there's a couple of viewers. Let's get some likes up there. One more like would make me happy. And 20K prompts. Like, how does that work? So, like, how are those prompts like very specific that you would use to distill any model, or is it specific to that model, or are there just prompts that you could just make up, or do you have to give a very specific prompt? 'Cause I'm assuming you're looking for kind of like a specific output where you compare that to example, like if you're distilling soul compared to distilling fable. I'm assuming you'd want to give it the same prompt and see what the different output would be, right? I assume that's kind of how it would work. I'm just gonna close down Blender for now and give it some CPU power. Oh, my fan's not even running. Let me know if my laptop fan is. Oh, is my audio any worse now with the fan on? Or is it better like this? Or is this too, or can you hear my fan right now in the background? I'm opening it. Okay, I think yeah, I think Unreal is crashing on us. I think I got some errors here. Um, I mean, CPU and GPU are working, so let's give it a few more minutes here. True. Have you done it before? Like, is distilling effective when you do it privately at home, for example? Like, can you actually get to a point where you get decent results similar to Fable, or is that? Not sure you're looking at, but then I'm assuming that also affords you the ability to run it locally, right? If you distill a model like Fable, for example. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, not only, well, okay, well, here's a question. To distill it, you're only using one H100, but to run a model like Fable 5 locally, that's what's going to run you the extra GPUs, right? Or if you, mm, no, that wouldn't work, I guess. Yeah. That's actually pretty interesting. I wonder if you, can you distill a model so you can just get like specific tasks out of it? Like if you wanted to distill a model specifically for um, image generation, for example, can you distill it specifically for image generation? That way you can have like a Fable 5 model that is much smaller, much less parameters, and only used for image generation, and at least act similar to Fable with its outputs. Is that something that can be reasonably done, do you think? So it looks like Unreal is still going, so we gotta wait for that. No, I know it may not work on ImageGen specifically, but it'd be interesting if you can distill a model just for a specific feature, and then that way you can run it locally. For example, if you want to do coding, right? Distill everything that you can for coding specifically. That way you have a small enough parameter model that can live in a 6 gig VRAM box and be able to operate, right? I think that'd be pretty cool to do. Just get specific tasks out of each model, right? For example, if you need a model that can use MCPs to scrape web data for something for your business, you can maybe distill a model just to do those tasks, but do it well. And you can give your customer a model that they can run locally that is like maybe a gig or two, right? For a very small specific task. So you basically have little mini AI models, very specific AI models. I think that is what has to be the future. It has to be. Because if people want AI on their phones, you lose your satellite connection because everything will be satellite instead of 5G, right? So if you lose your satellite connection, you should still have an AI model that can run on your phone. So I think they will make mini models very specific to run on local devices. I think that has to be the future eventually. So the thing is, I don't want to do anything else on my PC right now because I want to make sure this finishes. Um, so I'm just gonna give this a bit. Um, Let me just run downstairs and grab a drink real quick, and I'll be back in a few minutes, just like 3 or 4 minutes. I just want to give that a little bit of time. Um, I'll keep an eye on the chat because I have my phone. That's how I run my audio through. Because this mic is bullshit. I know you can't really see it because of my avatar, but these headphones are bullshit. But yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. But I'll have my audio with me, so I'll keep an eye on the chat. What other AI projects have you been working on? Anything different from my workflow compared to yours? Like what models are you using mainly? Mainly GPT. Do you use the like the regular account, or you have like the higher like $100 ones on low? Do you actually get good results? Because honestly, whenever I use Soul, I rarely use low. I'll probably go on like medium if anything, or high. I don't think I've ever actually done low on Soul. But I've done a lot of coding even on 4 Mini. I've used just 4 Mini low for a lot of stuff, making like Windows apps and whatnot, and it's surprisingly pretty decent. But again, that's where like a little bit of my coding background comes in handy. So when things go wrong or if there's a simple task, I can just kind of do it myself. Yeah, so I guess you and I have the exact same plan. But yeah, man, this ever since I discovered, vibe coding, I've realized that everything is going to change. But the way people are saying that AI is going to ruin a lot of careers, I mean, it will. There's a lot of jobs that will get taken over, but at the same time, there are a lot of jobs that will be created because of this, because everything's just going to change, right? And there's always going to have to be developers. There's always going to have to be someone behind the AI model. I just don't think they're anywhere close like AGI where the AI models can actually um, come up with tasks by themselves. Like at the end of the day, they're still LLMs. These AIs, they're not conscious. They're not thinking for themselves. in a way, they're still following instructions, right? I mean, there's zero possibility that an AI model can generate a task that no human has ever even thought of because it's never been trained on it. It doesn't know about it. If it doesn't have the knowledge, it cannot create it, right? And that's what AGI should be able to do. But I just don't see how something that runs off of binary can actually do something like that. But who knows? We'll see where technology goes. Did my audio cut out? Let me just talk to my. I hope not. I'll be back to my PC in just a minute.
I know this what you want from me. I know this what you want. I know this what you want from me. I know just what you want from me. I do it for the label, stem at MTV. Take me to New York and Miami. Fly me round the globe, be my sugar daddy. Be my sugar daddy. I know just what you want from me. I like the way you let me take the lead. You like it when I touch it, when I tease. I like the body, honey, on my knees. I do the things you like if you say please. Be my sugar daddy. Take me to New York and Miami. Fly me around the globe, be my sugar daddy. Take me to New York and Miami. Fly me around the globe, be my sugar daddy. I like the way you let me take the lead. You like it when I touch it, when I tease. I like the money, honey, on my knees. I do the things you like if you say please. I know just what you want from me. I'm through with the labels and the MTV. Sleeping to New York and Miami. Flying around the globe, be my sugar daddy. Be my sugar daddy.
Okay, audio's back now. Right, so you said, what will AGI capable with, or like, what will it be capable of? I mean, oh, am I excited? You meant excited for AGI? Yeah, of course I am. I mean, shoot, AGI. Honestly, I don't know. I may be totally wrong about this, but I think there's there's a chance that we may not even see AGI in our lifetime. You know, because it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to actually pull it off. Um, Jesus Christ. Okay, I got to figure out the controls for Unreal, man. Zooming out like this is not going to work. Okay. I got to move this thing all the way over here. I guess I can't use that car. I'll use that later. Actually, you know what? Where'd it go? Okay, that should be good enough. Where is it? Where'd you go? Dang nabbit, man. Where'd it go? Am I tripping out or something? Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. Good, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Right there. Right here. Up and there. That should do it. Will it collide? It does collide. Okay. No, it's self-improve. Yeah, I mean these AI models they can self-improve, but the issue with it is they're still LLMs, right? That's the bottom line. They are still LLMs. Um, okay. Okay, the racetrack is imported. It is working. The only issue I have now is when I hit the play button, it seems like the graphics settings, because I have my live streaming, everything going, it's a lot of GPU power. Is it possible I can lower the settings, like the lighting and the quality? And the lighting is probably, I don't know if it's running the ray tracing or not. Yeah. And I think it is ray tracing the way it's, I could be wrong about that, but it looks like it is ray tracing. Vision scalability, user console, maximum screen percentage. This is setting scalability. Okay. Scalability. They might. All depends on how they're programmed, right? Um, I still think there is an upper limit to the capability of LLM AIs, and I think we might be reaching it. Um, yeah, I think agentic coding software has really accelerated the process to reach the upper limit. Um, okay, I don't see anywhere. I don't these have one settings section in these apps, man. I'm talking if it's at the top, click settings. I mean, am I missing something? Edit toolbar, not project settings. Editor toolbar. Editor toolbar. I'm guessing that is the editor toolbar. It said not project settings, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, settings. No. What is it? Come on. Am I missing something? Where is the settings in? Dang it. Packaging settings? I doubt it. Okay, that's project settings. That's game. It has to be here somewhere, man. AI system animation. You know what? Frame rate. There has to be something here in general. Engine audio, cinematic console, general smooth. Okay, engine general settings. That's where it is. God damn it. Okay, general settings. All results have been. What? Can I just see all of them? Is that? Oh, that's why. Okay, that's not even. I mean, sorry, man. Why can't I find the settings on here? Like, this is just ridiculous. Engine rendering. Yeah, okay. And performance. Main review. Okay. So, um, rendering. To 60. Um, okay. I don't know if that changed anything, but there must be something to change the settings here. Oh, okay, well, it's actually running a lot better then. Okay. So I think we are successful in a way. So we were able to import everything in here. It's a random racetrack. There's my vehicle that Blender made for me. Well, no, that was a Sketchfab actually import. Oh, damn it. Okay, so that works. So we got the success. So now we know that this works. All right. Okay, so now that we know that this works here, let's save. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna save this. Let's yeah, I don't even need to save this, so I don't save this. Okay, so we know that's working. Unreal, we can import into Unreal from Blender. Let's try to do some because now at least I know my workflow is ready for some planning to get that game going. Um, it's gonna take me some time to actually plan it. Now this side I opened up. This is what I mean, like this work tab or this work app and other apps that have multiple terminals open. Like a lot of people have like setups like this. You know, like they have so many terminals open, like you know, one here, one here, one here, one here, like all this. And I usually can't do more than one thing at a time. Although depending on the project, some projects you do need multiple terminals, but for what I'm doing now, I guess it's not really useful. Um, but what I really want to work on right now is this app. Um, you see all this stuff here. I need to make a like a way to select and delete all of these. Actually, I can do that real quick. Yeah, let me do that real quick here. So, okay, I'm in the tool tab. Let me close this. I'm in the tool tab here already. Did I run anything? Oh, I tried the MCP. Okay, so let's go new. Um, Now for a process like this, oh, what? Oh, okay, I failed anyway. So for something like this, what I prefer to do is get ChatGPT to actually write a prompt for me. Um, so what I'll do is I'll go into here. The first thing I'm going to do is um, familiarize yourself with my project. I want to change one feature on the copy squared tab. So just prepare yourself and review my project files. This way it'll just get everything into its context, general information about my project. And then here I'm going to say, write a prompt for Codex. I'm working on a project tool tab, and the copy squared tab has a feature that captures your clipboard, text from your clipboard. However, when I want to delete multiple entries from the list, I have to delete them each one by one and brings up the confirmation box. I want to add a feature where I can click a button that's right above the box that says select, and that'll change the entry box into a form where uh, checkboxes will appear next to each entry, allowing me to select each one. And then next to the select button will be a delete button, which will delete all those for me. So write a prompt for Codex to implement that feature for me. Want to delete most until the feature will click the button that's created by the boss. Select what is changing the action direction. Okay. Let's see here. So I want to add two buttons right above the saved entry data box. However, the label that says saved entry data, do not move that label. Just move the box down, maybe about 30 pixels, which should be the size of the button that I want to add, and move down the active entry text box to make space for it. And the two buttons will be select and delete. When the user presses the select button, the saved entry data entries will shift to the right a little bit, like get smaller to make space on the left for a checkbox. And that checkbox will allow me to select each entry, and then pressing the delete button will delete all those entries. So now I have a way to delete entries without pressing the delete button on every single entry. Okay, so I want to add two buttons for the save entry box. Do not move the label that says save entry, just move the box down maybe about 30 pixels, which should be the size of the buttons that I want to add, and move down the active entry text box to make space for it. The two buttons will be select and delete. When the user presses the select button, saved entries will shift to the right a bit and get small to the space on the left for a checkbox. The checkbox will allow me to select each entry, pressing the delete button will entry migrate. All right. And then I'm going to give this one the same image for context. Wait, how do I attach an image here? Huh? So how would I attach an image here? Unless what? This is weird, man. Doesn't make sense. I thought you can easily paste things for into the terminal here. It's weird. Here you go. Attach file. Okay. That and where is here? Okay. Okay, let's go. I guess we're trying out Luna here for the first time, so let's see how it goes. I think we got a couple of viewers in here. If you guys have any ideas for any kind of game, small game that I can upload to Steam, like any simple survival game. I know those are popular right now. Even like some of those like fun little what's that one game that recently came out? This oh yeah, I was just looking at it here. This one. See, a game like this would be a good game to try to make with AI. So, I just kind of want to make something interesting, something that people haven't really seen before. I mean, that's really the only way to catch people's attention. Like, this is a good idea. Like hide and seek games are popular, but or even like the Call of Duty prop hunt knockoff. But this is a nice, fresh way to implement that idea. And actually, one thing that I started doing is I just had this idea earlier today. So I made a list of like made 4 lists of 100 random pop culture things. Yeah, it is multiplayer actually. Yeah. It's actually a fun game. I don't know if you haven't tried it. Yeah, so I made 4 lists here with pop culture things, so movie, comics, pop culture concepts, superheroes, supervillains, powers, ninjas, all the stuff. And then I make a list that randomly pairs these together, and I just look through them and look for interesting ideas, interesting pairings. And it's actually given me quite a few ideas. I mean, this is a good way, just random, just put it together and then let your mind go through it and this is the only way I can get my creative process to work, and even then it doesn't work properly. But that's all I know how to do. But I think it's a pretty good idea. I've come up with a few good ideas from here, um, like ET in the Matrix. So aliens coming here and putting us into a matrix. That'd be a cool concept, right? Um, let's see here. So it looks like it's building, running test and build. So it's almost done. Failed. Ooh, you failed the build, AI. So it should be done fairly soon here. Appreciate you watching the stream, man. Honestly, I streamed a couple times, like playing Battlefield 6 and some of the work I did for GTA 5 and whatnot, and some of the servers, 5M servers and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, most of my streams I sit there with 0 views, man. Not even one view. So it feels good to have a couple of viewers, and not only that, but you stuck around for quite a bit of time. So I appreciate that, man. Big time. Okay, so it pretty much did exactly what I wanted, except it did put it on the left side. I wanted the 2 buttons to be towards the right side. Yeah, actually, it did exactly what I wanted to do. It took away the delete button, so you can still pin while I was doing it. Use to delete. Perfect. Um, okay, so just a couple changes I want to make here.
Drop the line, time to let go, feel the beat. Watch the tempo, move aside. Like commando, sirens loud. When the step low, drop the line, time to let go, feel the beat. Watch the tempo, move aside. Like commando, sirens loud. When the step low.
Wonder if it'll make the buttons smaller if I make the example smaller. Because I kind of do want the buttons to be a little bit slim. Try to make it pixel perfect only because I've noticed AI likes to be pixel perfect when it wants to be. Yeah. All right, let's give that a shot.
Like commando, sirens loud. When the tab loads up the line, time to let go, feel the beat. Watch the damn phone move aside. Like commando, sirens loud. When the tab
I
loads
forgot.
up the line, time to let go, feel the beat. Watch the damn phone move aside. Like
Okay.
commando, sirens loud. When the tab loads up the line, time to let go, feel the beat. Watch the damn phone move aside. Like commando.
The image that I attached shows a red arrow to where I want the select and delete buttons to move to, and two red boxes to where I want the buttons to be. Basically, I just want to shift them to the right side. And then if the buttons are made a little bit smaller, move everything below it up a little bit just to compact the space. And let's see here. So while it's doing that, I gotta close it before it tries to build. There was something else that I was thinking of that oh yeah, shoot, I want to change the way the button looked. Okay, I can do that later. Okay. Write a prompt for Codex. The select button that it made for me, I want to make it so when the user clicks on the select button, he's able to select the entries with the checkboxes. The select button should change to uh, display the text exit, and it should be with red text with a black background and a red border. And then when the user clicks that exit button, it'll switch back to the regular select button. And that's it. Go for it, man. What's the idea? Okay. Looks like it is done. Perfect. That's I mean pretty much exactly how I wanted it, but I want I do want it a little bit higher. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to do this. That was way off. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. Sorry, just bear with me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let's try here. Sorry, bear with me 1 second, brother. I'm gonna read your message. I just want to get this going here. Um, okay. The image that I attached shows a red circle where I raised up the select and the delete button and everything below it, but I kept the text box label of saved entry data and formatting lined up perfectly in the same spot. Only thing that changed is the select and delete button moved up in between the two, and everything below it moved up as well. So can you move the select and the delete button up a little bit the way it is in the photo? But do not move the text labels because I want them to be lined up just the way they are now. Okay, let's send that one out. Let's see here. Get some early capture tools. You have to go through rooms, kill the mob bosses, and mine the one. So much early. Put it with friends and bother to be person practice and we would have me or capture weapons pick on me. So I guess like inside the mine they would have to uh I guess like well like the mob guys would be inside the mine, right? And then as you're busting through the mine, there's like a room there with mob bosses, I guess. You can say like the mob bosses moved underground, and now you have to go into the mine and mine them out, basically. You gotta go in there, you gotta mine, craft the weapons with the stuff that you mine down there and kill them. That's actually a pretty decent idea. I mean it's a unique idea. It's something that's doable. I mean, if you don't mind, I'm gonna add it to my idea list. If you don't mind, of course. I mean it's your idea. A game where you go into the mine and there are mob bosses that moved underground. So when you go into the mine, your job is to eliminate them by mining material and crafting weapons while you're down there, and then clearing all the rooms. Let's go for it, man. That is actually a decent idea, believe it or not. Okay, so let's see here. Oh no, I had it open while my build was blocked. Yeah. Okay. And then after this finishes, we will throw it this prompt here. See if we can fix that. See what it looks like. Okay, that's not bad. That is actually exactly what I wanted. It's just this box is obviously right up against that, and that I don't like. Okay, so can you try to move either the select or delete button up by 5 pixels, or the entry box right below it, move that down 5 pixels because they're right up against each other. But either way, whichever one you move, I want to make sure that the text box under the formatting side and the saved entry text box, I want the top of it to be aligned. So can you do that for me? I don't think it's gonna do this one properly, but all right, brother. Well, I appreciate you sticking around, man. I really do. I think got some decent ideas out of you as well. Hopefully, I helped you out a bit with your project. But keep an eye on my channel, man. Come back whenever you see me streaming. I probably will be live tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Possibly around the same time. I was thinking of moving to a different time, see if more viewers are around, maybe at nighttime. But yeah, I'll probably be around the same time tomorrow. And I might even stream again later on at night. So yeah, man, come by, come check me out. I appreciate it. Okay, so it did do it properly, somewhat. Um, but I do want the formatting to be smaller. So I'm gonna adjust that in here and then feed it. All right, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate it. So 12 pixels down. So 12 pixels down. Okay. I keep forgetting, damn it. Okay, the formatting text box, the one that's to the right, I want to make that smaller by 12 pixels. Essentially, I want it to move down by 12 pixels because I want it to line up with the text box to the right. But if you bring it down by 12 pixels, you're going to have to make it smaller from the bottom by 12 pixels as well. Okay, it looks good. However, the formatting text box at the bottom, from the bottom, it looks like it's too high up. by 12 pixels is not lining up to the text box to its left. So can you make it 12 pixels larger just from the bottom? Sometimes I wonder why I can't get simple tasks like that down, you know? But I guess it is a computer after all, it's not human. Okay, there we are. That is perfect. That's what I wanted. So you can see at the bottom it's nice and lined up. At the top is nice and lined up. Buttons look nice at the top. Perfect. Because I am going to be adding some buttons to the formatting. There is some features I want to add to here as well. So yeah, I think we just got to do the select button thing. And then I think we might be good for the day after that. Down to only one viewer, so okay. So it gets almost done. It's just building here. Collided. My AI collided, guys. Running the build. Failed. Couple more seconds there. What are we building? What are we building? Well, I was running through Blender and Unreal to import stuff, generate stuff in Blender and import into Unreal, which I did get that working. That's something that I'm going to be building later. Right now, I'm working on this ToolTab app. I'll have to open an older version because it's working on the new version right now. It's basically just a custom app that I'm building in order to just learn certain processes about coding. So specifically what I'm trying to learn is how to package an app, ship it, and actually sell it. So I've already got an idea of how to make the app. I've already got the workflow for making a game if I wanted to, and an app. So now this app, the purpose is not just to learn vibe coding. I think I've gotten a good idea on that by building this so far. Now I want to try to build another app that's going to be packaged and shipped and actually sold, so I can get the process down of working with payment processors, working with support tickets and whatnot. So that is my future goal. So this app was just something for me to build, just to learn the process, right? Last couple of streams, I was actually working on this as well. But yeah, there's just a few small things I want to keep going with this. But after this stream, I'm going to go into full planning mode for my new app and the new game that I'm building. It's kind of like a survival game, puzzle survival game. The app that I'm building is going to start out as a Whisper Flow clone. Then I'll be building, I have a couple ideas later of what I want to build. So this one is copy squared, just simple things for me. So if I want to just say, I need to give somebody a list of these files, right? I can't copy and paste the text of the list of files, but if I do Control Shift copy, my app will pick it up. It picks up the text here with the commas. Here it'll format it into a list for you. So that's just a little copy paste little feature there. Hybrid Sleep, I have it in my new app. I think it's done now, so I can open it. Hybrid Sleep is just different options. Uh-oh. Cannot locate resource. That's not good. Tool tab could not start. Damn it. I hate how I could not locate resource main window.x. You know what? I'm just gonna save this. And I'll just feed it to it. Okay, so I can show you a newer version of my app here. 1 second. How do I not have it bookmarked here? Anyway. So yeah, this one, for example, hypersleep. So instead of just turning off my monitor or pressing Window key and L to lock it, I can lock and turn off my monitor with that. And then just the other options for the hell of it. Space Watcher keeps an eye on my hard drive free space, and I can select when to warn me about it and whatnot. And I have a little nice notification center here for that. I want my notes is just my iCloud notes. DaVinci is actually pretty cool. This is like an automatic video editor that I'm trying to build. Captures frame codes for now, but I'm also going to add stuff for transitions, effects, and whatnot. So that's just kind of what I've been working on recently. It's nothing special, like I said, it's just stuff for me to figure out the process and learn about it. And I figured, why not just throw on the camera and let people come along with me for the journey. So hopefully it'll be entertaining for people. So I'm just working on just this one little UI feature. Then I'm gonna log off for the day and just get something to eat. We'll be back on tomorrow, and probably streaming tomorrow night as well. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. So I think I've gotten everything done here that I want to for today. So if you guys want to stop by tomorrow, I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably around the same time. And I might be streaming at night tomorrow as well. And we'll see what else I can do out of this app here. See if I can make some money, make a career out of this, right? That's the whole point. So, yeah. Here is. What was it? Settings or something that I have to do. Where was that? Where was that? I think I made it here somewhere. Yeah. So where did I? Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself. There was something with the settings here that. Oh, right. I think it was here. No, it's not that. It's not that. Um, there was a settings box. Oh, this one, right here. This settings doesn't work properly. I gotta fix that. And the border is off too, which really pisses me off because it took me a long time. Okay, I'm gonna have to get to change this whole design here. Because it's not following the design language of the rest of the app. And there is this. Um, hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be a big change, man. Because I'm gonna have to redo this whole tab, I think. So I think I'm gonna leave this for tomorrow. Because this is gonna take a while. Not only do I have to fix this, but I gotta fix this whole part of the UI. Because if you look at the other version that I had here, this looks a lot better than this, right? So I really want this one. So I'm gonna try to somehow get this over there because even the settings, everything works properly here. It follows the design language, whereas this one does not. I don't like that at all. So I think this is what we're gonna focus on tomorrow.
Just this feeling in my chest. Lights moving, bodies breathing, everything makes sense. I came for the sound, down, down, down.
You gotta work on that as well.
I
Okay.
stayed for the moment. This is where I
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you stopping by for the stream. I think we are gonna call it a day from here. So catch me back here tomorrow. We're gonna continue making these apps. We're gonna continue learning about this whole process, and maybe we might even start working on the game tomorrow. We'll see how much of it I can plan out today. See how many assets it's gonna take, or how many, or what kind of assets it's gonna take. I still got to plan a lot of that out. So, and I hate going into a project without planning this type of stuff out. So, tomorrow I definitely will be streaming. Just a matter of what will I be working on tomorrow. So I still haven't decided that quite yet. So, check me out tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys for stopping by. I do really do appreciate it. Um, like, subscribe, notification bell, the whole deal. You know what to do. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.